So I have this biscuit today in my hand. So let's take a quick bite. So do you know, we can build some perspectives from this biscuit and we can reflect that on our life. So we are going to talk about the same concept today in this video. Watch this video till the end and you'll get to know some exciting things about biscuit. So I have to show you one thing, one little experiment, and you will get to know what we are going to talk about in this video. I have this biscuit and water in my hand. So let's dip this biscuit inside this water for around 5 to 10 seconds. So see, where it gone? The biscuit dissolves inside this water. The main point to focus here is how can we see this experiment, or how can we replicate this experiment in our life. So we are going to talk about this thing today. Few minutes ago, we saw some small experiment, biscuit and water. What if we reflect that on our real life? So this video will talk about those people, how they lose their values, not in a big moment, but in a small compromises, adjusting needs more than needed, or compromising our own happiness to make someone else happy. You remember? This is our behavior, right? So the main point is here, what we are doing, we are losing our value, like biscuit lose its value inside the water. Few months ago, I was the same person who was adjusting more than needed. I was trying to convince someone, I was trying to make someone else happy, but at that point, I didn't feel that I was actually losing my own value. I was actually losing my own interest. And this doesn't solely happens with me. It might also happens with you and many others like you. At first, when we saw this kind of behavior, we feel like we are too much careful, we are too much caring about someone's happiness. But the real thing that isn't here is we are not making someone happy. Instead, we are losing our own values in front of them. We are losing our boundaries because we are too much excited at this point where we are saying whatever we feel like. We are not thinking about it whether we actually like it or not. And here the main point hidden, when people find out that we keeps on agreeing with someone else's decision instead of our own, holding our own stance. And friend, this is when we cross our boundaries. And when we cross our boundaries, respect will also fall eventually. As I said, when we cross our boundaries, respect will eventually fall. So what do you think? Do people decide that after tomorrow morning I will disrespect this guy, or day after tomorrow I will disrespect the another guy? No. It happens because of our own behavior. Because it feels natural. It feels natural in front of someone when you don't have any stance, and when you start agreeing on their point, or when you start dissolving in their own values, losing your own, like we did experiment, like the biscuit in the experiment. So let's have a quick realization. What happens? Why do you think biscuit has its own value before dipping inside the water? Because biscuit has its structure. Biscuit has its own nature, square shape, right? Some patterns over there, and taste, and it make us feel to eat. Like the same way, when we have our own stance, when we stand in our own values, ethics, on our own point of view, we also do have some kind of value. As the biscuit is dipped inside the water, now it is more depending on water. Rather, it loses its value. In the same way, if we start depending on others, we start depending for someone else's attention, someone else's happiness, or for that moment of joy from someone, then we are losing our values as the biscuit does. And love doesn't mean losing yourself or dissolve your values for someone else. Care doesn't mean losing yourself, losing your interest, and being too much passionate about someone else. So you can be lovable, you can be in love for being kind without any weaknesses. You can be careful without dissolving or being what you actually are. So remember this: people value what stands, not what easily melts. People value what stands, not what easily melts. Like people value the biscuit who has its shape, not the biscuit who dissolves inside the water. I think you got the essence of this video. You just have to be who you are. You just have to be careful about your interest. You just have to take care about your adjustment, and you just have to be careful about what you are doing, and is it really valuable or not. So if you got any value from this video, don't forget to mention that in the comment section. And if you want to join this community, we are always welcome. And thank you so much for watching.